Hi, Ian Zepp. Okay, this will be our final video in this particular phase. So we've gone over adding in the opportunity line items and copying the values from the price book entries that we've found. So the final step is to add those in to the opportunity. Now before we add them in, we have to clear out all of our old opportunity line items, so that every time we copy the values from a product set over to the opportunity, the first thing we do is blow away the old opportunity line items. And that's as simple as doing a select query, finding all of the line items associated to the opportunity and fetching just the ID, and then immediately calling delete on that list. And now that we have this, we go ahead and we insert our opportunity line item list up here. And so finally, we catch any exceptions that might have occurred. We add a message with that exception. And then we call this method hasMessages, which goes to the Apex controller and looks for all error messages that exist. Not informational messages, not warning messages, but just error messages. And only if there are error messages, in the case where we caught an exception here, or in the case where we added an error message up here at the top, we just return back to our view, because our view displays page error messages at the top. They show up here. And so in the event where we caught an exception during the build process, we need to display that without committing any information. Assuming, though, that everything went successfully, we create a new page reference. This says go back to the opportunity ID and make sure that you redirect, and then returns that page reference back to the view. And when the view receives the page reference, it knows that it's not going to continue with its AJAX refresh. It's simply going to return back to the opportunity. And so that is the bulk of the implementation work that went into actually being able to save a product set back to an opportunity. And you'll notice that I haven't gone over any changes in the Visual Force page because there really weren't any changes that we had to make. We did add a message in here. The purpose of this error message is that if you try to add a product set to an opportunity before you've selected the price book, it will give you an error message and says, please select your price book first. But other than that, we haven't had to change anything in the view. So that concludes this phase. Thank you for watching.